Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be crypto millionaires. So anyway, right? Um, I got the sunglasses on because I took the drywall out in front of me, the entire wall. I had to move the whole studio, whatnot. So now the light, which you can probably see in my sunglasses, is like down below the bill of my hat, whereas before it used to be up higher. Look, I just hung it on some drywall nails. And so it's fine where it is. But yeah, this has just been one thing after the next, one issue, one problem after the next. Now since removing the drywall from this wall, I now realized that the insulation was not even doing any good. Well, first off, I've got some insulation that is wet. So it's like, okay, that's a big no-no. But more so, where's the wetness coming from? Well, where the electrical for both sides of this unit comes in through the brick of the house and then through that black fiber board, right? Where it comes through that into the house and you move the insulation back just a little, there's sunlight peeking right in, right there. It's like, wow. And who knows how many other places around like this now. So, and that's like right now, it's raining outside. So I don't know if you can hear that. You should be able to. The sound coming from this side is from the window that is leaking where the stud and the window meet. So, or where the window actually meets the stud. I've already removed all the drywall, everything. Well, actually, you know what? Let me get a swig of this coffee real quick and I'll show you what I mean. Because, yeah, I pulled the whole baseboard, quarter round. I have not pulled the other wall yet. But I did go ahead and finish up the rest of this wall. It's just sickening. And how else would I have found any of these other issues other than, water leaking into the house at some point or causing discoloration of the drywall or drywall separation and someone getting sick in the hospital, at which point. So yeah, all this insulation's about to come out. If it can be salvaged, it'll go up in between the floors. That's it. So yeah. Let's see. Try to grab this. How far of a reach do I have with this Logitech Brio? I would have further, but let's just roll with this, right? So here's a green screen behind me. Uh-oh, that's the ceiling. Let's see. Let's see if I can't get this right. All right, so there's the microphone. There's the window over there. So you see at the very top where the window actually meets the 2x, the stud. That is leaking right there. And not just that window, at 2 other windows. And now I've got new windows being installed here, probably within the next month. Really, they should have already called by now to schedule the appointment to install the windows. But these windows are not that old. Note to anyone purchasing windows: do not purchase windows from Window World. It is garbage. They are garbage construction. You might get 3 to 5 years out of those windows. That's it. Then you end up with issues like this. So yeah, ceiling's gone. That wall over there is about to come out. Wall is gone on this side. The insulation's about to come out. There's my light. So I got all the drywall removed from that wall over there as well, which that's where the green screen begins. So new door installed, but I don't know if I can show this or not. Let me see if I can't get a little more wiggle room out of this wire. Ugh. I'm not sure. Okay, here's some electrical that goes outside, right through there, leaking water right into the drywall, as well as on this side. These are the two electric boxes on the outside of the house. So there's also a hole in through this black board. There's a hole on this side as well, leaking straight into the drywall. How the hell else would I have found that? And then look at all the permanent voids in throughout all the rest of this drywall. That whole cavity gone. Nothing existing. It's like, wow, what was the true R factor in this area? You know, in this room? No clue. Alrighty, let's see. Whoa, picture in picture in picture. Does that? Yeah. That's just showing the screen. All right. So, anywho, right? Quick little tour, if you will, of of living the dream, right? I told a friend yesterday online how much I've already got into this property, and it's just like, you know, you could have bought 2 other properties, and I totally agree. For what I got into this, but had I have known, I mean, there was no way to have known any of this. As far as the renovations and whatnot going into it. I'm not going to cheap out though. So I thought about doing a few different things to hustle up and try to get a few things done on the property to just go ahead and start listing it. And I decided that's not in my best interest. And here's my reasoning, right? So like with this rental property, my normal revenue from this property is like 16,000 annual. I want to say 16,000 annual right now, because my current tenants have lived here for 7 years. I never once went up on their rent. At all, at any time. So, but at the same time, the property needed other work that I was aware of. Like, you know, for me, the flooring needed to be updated, the baseboards and door casings and doors all needed to be updated. So, you know, I was lenient with the rent. I didn't, you know, the numbers just worked for me. So, but current rent in the area is $2,100 a month. And, you know, now that I've sunk all this money into this property and about to sink another $70,000 into this property, it's just like it's really sickening at times to really think of it. But if I'm able to generate that kind of income, 4 to 6 times the current rent as an Airbnb, right? Then why wouldn't I do that? And you know what? Even if I only just do, and that's as average. That's not high performer. That's just average. So if I just do half that, if I just do 2,000 a month, I'm good. If I just rent the place out for 2 months out of the year at 12,000 a month, I'm good. Either which way. Anything over 20,000 annual, anything over 16.5 annual is strictly profit at this point. So really a little more than that. It's probably, when I say 16.5, so let's say 1,000, 1,200, pretty darn close. That's pretty darn close. So 12, 13, Alexa, 1,300 times 12.
1,300 times 12 is 15,600.
So yeah, anything over $16,000, I'm in the green. I'm good, golden. So anything above that is going to go back into the property, or to pay off the property, or to pay me off in crypto. Of course, now I can't really legally say it in such a way, but that's what I perceive it as, even though all my crypto is through the trust, right? So technically the trust owns all the crypto as well as the rental property. So, technically it would be like the trust paying back the trust for any of the funds put into this property. So it's just how to recoup some of that, right? Because, like I said, if I just rent the place out for 2 months out of the year, then I'm made whole, for the whole year. Then I have 10 months. And, here's the other thing is where if, let's say that Airbnb does not turn into a profitable business model for me, which I don't understand why it wouldn't. Anyway. But let's just say, for instance, that doesn't pan out right? So what's the worst that happens here? I end up with one side of the duplex that is fully gone through, fixed up, refinished, everything's new, and fully furnished for me to move in and then just work on my side at that point, or vice versa. Just take a day off, go stay next door for whatever reason, just to test it out, see what I think. As far as if I were Airbnb-ing it, maybe invite some friends over, whenever they want, kind of a thing. I mean, crypto did change my life. So these are some of the perks of owning rental property with the profits from crypto. So say I own a fourplex somewhere, then I can live in one and rent the other 3 out, and then family and friends can have their own place whenever they want, basically. It's like, So that's why another reason why I wanted to go out to all of these different crypto meetups and whatnot and get to meet bunch of bunch of nice people, right? So more to come on that soon. Right now, it's just a matter of sticking to it every day in a routine to go ahead and pull more drywall, clean it up, just to expose the issues and, further develop a plan as far as what's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The next step is waterproofing the brick on the exterior. Going to be using Sherwin-Williams Loxon XP. Loxon, Loxon XP. Doing that in a satin white. And I'm using a spray painter, a spray gun, if you will. I purchased the Graco Magnum X7, and I got a 50-foot hose instead of the 25-foot hose. And then I purchased additional tips. And then the wand is an additional like 30 inches. So, and then I have a scaffolding to be able to go up 2.5 floors. A little sketchy, but I think I can do it. The very top is, once I'm past the very top, then the rest is simple. The rest is easy. The hardest thing for me is going to be keeping a wet edge. Having to constantly go over it with a roller. I may end up having to get friends or hire an amigo just to come by, stay and watch, because that was another thought. It's like, if I fall from such a height, who's going to be there to call 911? It could be 12 hours I'm laid out on the concrete, so whenever you do something like that, have someone nearby, right? So look, oof, my stomach is doing twists and turns, but I just, there's so much going on. There's so much money being spent right now. It's not even kind of funny, to go from $35,000 in a checking account to be writing checks and spending money in different places, scratching your head going, okay, well, that should leave me with about $2,000 in that account. To go from $35,000 to $2,000, and then to know, that in case you need it, you have additional funds. Because really, I don't see this costing more than the $32,000. I mean, really, from this point, right? But I've got $70,000 that I can throw at it. So, to get everything up and running, as far as, furniture, hiring a photographer to get the right photos and all for the listing, to do a few other things that need to be done. So there's a ton of research I've put into this, but if this works, I'm golden. So if this doesn't work, I'm still golden. I still get the house fixed up. Either which way, I win. So I don't see any downfall in this. Or here again, do I just fix up next door and then go get the guide dog, because then next door will meet or exceed the qualifications. So, there are a few other things I'm not saying here. But I think I don't think that that's an issue. I'm saying as far as like a fenced in backyard, because that still isn't done. I have the fencing, I own it, but I wasn't about to put up a $30,000 fence when the house still has to be spray painted. And a few other things need to be done on the exterior to before a $30,000 fence gets put up. Because I spent $14,000 on the fence, the vinyl fence, like right at the onset of the pandemic. So I got it for a deal, but it was back ordered. I ordered it in February, and it took until November for that vinyl fence to arrive. But if I were to try to buy the same vinyl fence today, it would cost twice that. So I did well there by spending that fiat for that asset. And now I own that asset, and I can have that vinyl installed at any time. Let's see. So $14,000 on the vinyl fencing. What was it? Like 10 or 11,000 or 12,000 on the concrete. So, and then it was like $1,000 for delivery, and then what does that leave? Another 1,000 or 2 for labor. I mean, so yeah, $30,000 fence. But that's kind of the extent of the way that I'm wanting to do this property is a little over the top. But I got a few issues to deal with. I know that I'll fix them in time, but here again, I just don't see $30,000 going into this property. That's really all that I see at the moment. In addition to what I've already spent, I don't see a full 70,000 going into it. I see 30, plus another 12 on furniture, just figure. So, but yeah, just more and more stuff keeps compounding. It's just like, wow, when, because look, I could have bought 2 other houses for what I've put into this. I mean, this is 2 houses, or these are 2 houses, or this is a duplex, so there are 2 houses. Anyway, quite large. Each house is 1,850 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath with walk-in closets. So just a few upgrades that I need to do this cycle. After these tenants, like I said, they've been in there 7 years. So everything needs to be freshened up with new paint. But now it's also a time for me to go in there and really upgrade the place. So, like a lot. But anyway, just sharing my thoughts with y'all this morning over coffee. Might actually be afternoon. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 11:16 a.m.
Okay, so
Have
yeah.
a good weekend, David.
Oh, Snookum, stop. So yeah, just right now, just going through a bunch of stuff, trying to pitch and throw away stuff just to make room for all that's about to go on just on my side. Now, here's a little spoiler. Next door is now going to move out on September 1st. So that's 4, 5, 6 days from now. Great. I don't think that it is possible for them to do that, but whatever, go for it. But the spoiler alert, right? So instead of them staying an extra month into October 1st, Now they're wanting to take out September 1st, which is great. But what I also intend to do is to set up a tripod with the GoPro and all this kind of stuff, record a little bit, come back over here, render it, and post it. So, y'all will get to see what the place looks like empty, and as I start demolishing different rooms of it. So, and getting ready for different things to go into it. So, anyway, just a quick little update on the rental property, and a few ideas that that I'm gonna try to do to post here for everyone to get to see it. So I guess that's it. My stomach's doing twists. I gotta go to the restroom. So anyway, y'all be cool. Go make it a day. Later. I cannot find it. There it is.